Welcome into college football now, a breakdown of the top 25 college football recruiting classes presented by Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com/chat and you can save 20% off and get some free shipping on all of their awesome products. Now, a big note here, very important. Of course, these rankings will change in the next 24 hours, in 48 hours, 50 hours, whatever, as we get closer to the end of the signing period. But the early signing day, it's almost over. Let's take a look at where things sit in the top 25 as we sit. Pitt Panthers, they're number 25. Cal Golden Bears, 24. Nebraska, 23. Iowa, 22. Penn State is a smaller class, only about 15 commits. That is why they're down there at number 21. So volume matters in these back half of the top 25, top 20 range. Penn State checks in at number 20. Now, let me know what you guys think is the most impressive class this year. Does not have to be the best. Doesn't have to be number one. Maybe there's a smaller team you've been really impressed by. Maybe you think Rutgers finishing at like 40 is really impressive. I don't know. Just some options in there. Let me know what you guys think. Which class, doesn't have to be number one, has been the most impressive this year. Now, I also want to look at some other notable programs sitting outside the top 25. Florida State, they're number 31. Virginia Tech, they are all the way down at number 43. They've had some coaching turmoil, but Justin Fuente is going to return. Auburn fired Gus Malzahn. They're 46. UCLA, everyone thought, hey, Chip Kelly can recruit. Well, they're at 47th. And dishonorable mention to South Carolina. I know they fired Will Muschamp and a bunch of guys decommitted. They're at 106. Yeah. 106. They are number 9. 0 in the top 60. Top 600. What are we doing over there, Gamecocks? Let's get it together. Shane Beamer not coming into an easy situation. All right, back to the top 20. Arkansas. Shout out Sam Pittman doing a damn good job early for the Razorbacks. I asked you guys earlier, most impressive class. I'm impressed by Maryland. Cracking the top 20. They stole Brandon Jennings from Michigan, and they might not be done either. When we get to when it's all said and done, there is a chance for Maryland way down the line in January, February to even crack the top 15. Ole Miss has come on strong the past couple of weeks. Texas, they're number 17. They haven't been very good. Just the 1 5-star Jatavian Sanders. Wisconsin, 16, a rare 5-star recruit for the Badgers. And yes, he plays on the offensive line. So who has been the most disappointing class this year? We mentioned Texas, number 17. Most teams would kill for a top 20 class, but this is Texas. They're supposed to be in the top 10, even if they have coaching turmoil. They're not. They're way further down than what they should be. And I know it's not fair to Shane Beamer, and Gamecock fans might get mad at me. Even if you replace your coach early in the year, you should be above 106. With 0 recruits in the top 600, I think I'm actually going to go South Carolina, but I do hope Shane Beamer closes strong as they move forward to the end of 2020. All right, into the top 15 now. Tennessee, man, did they start hot. They were number 2 way back in May, but they've trended the wrong direction. Terrence Lewis still has Tennessee inside of his final 2, along with Maryland, the previously mentioned Terrapins. If they can get him back, who he decommitted earlier, that would be a big deal for the Volunteers. A&M is number 14 with 5-star defensive end Shamar Turner. North Carolina, I like what Mac Brown's doing over there. Number 32 overall. They have a 5-star recruit, number 32 overall, Keyshawn Silver. Miami Hurricanes have 2 5-stars. James Williams, number 13, a safety. Leonard Taylor, number 10, a defensive tackle. USC is number 11. They are still in the mix for some of the best uncommitted recruits. If Clay Helton can close strong, which he has done well in recent years, that would vault them inside the top 10. As mentioned, today's show, well, it's made possible by our good friends over at Manscaped. Head over to manscaped.com/chat. When you use that link, you'll save 20% and get free shipping. You can get the Lawnmower 3.0. It's the #1 men's grooming tool out there. Don't take my word for it. You can ask my wife. She appreciates it when I use it, and so will your girl or guy or whatever. Manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping when you use that link. It will be in the comments and in the description as well. In the top 10 now, Michigan. they've hung on. They lost some key defensive guys. They held on to Xavier Worthy. They kept star recruit J.J. McCarthy. Again, things will change as we get to the second signing day, and there are some top recruits going to commit in early January. Michigan might not finish top 10, but to hold on to a top 10 here at the end of day one of the early signing day does matter. If you want more, by the way, on the Michigan recruiting class, go check out our Michigan Football Report, youtube.com/MichiganTV. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish at number 9, not the highest quality class in terms of 5 stars. There are 0, but 25 players committed, and 11 of them are 4 stars. This has been what Brian Kelly frequently does, puts together a top 10 class, gets a bunch of good players, and develops them pretty well. Number 8, the Florida Gators. How about this volume? 26 commits. They got a 5-star cornerback, Jason Marshall, I'm pretty sure is the number 2 overall corner in this year's class. 14 of their 26 players are 4 stars. That's a pretty good percentage there. No shoes were thrown to recruit anybody, but Florida's done pretty well this year. Now, if you guys love college football, hit that big red button and subscribe. The final college football playoff rankings, we'll break them down. When we get to which was normal signing day, is now the later signing day and not as important later on, early in 2021, we'll break down some more recruits and where guys go and what the top 25 looks like. We'll keep you guys covered. Hit that big red button and subscribe today. Oklahoma's kind of risen, actually, today. Only 16 commits, but there's a 5-star and 12 4-stars. That's a really good percentage. And they got the number 1 quarterback, Caleb Williams, who I know producer Harrison is absolutely in love with. I've seen what Lincoln Riley does with other players at the quarterback position. I think Caleb Williams is going to be pretty damn good in college football. Oregon checks in at number 6. Now, they've had a different class, also good than what they had last year. Last year, Oregon, bunch of 5 stars, not that many 4 stars, and they still finished pretty high because 5 stars matter, right? This year, 21 players committed. Almost all of these guys, by the way, have signed their letters of intent. 16 4 stars. That's a really good percentage. They are led by Kingsley Suamaitaya. I think I got that right. If I didn't, I'm so sorry, my friend. 35 overall. Another trench player. I like that for Oregon. Clemson checks in at number 5, as Clemson has often done in recent years. Only 18 players committed, but 2 of them are 5 stars, all-purpose back, which is really just a fancy term for running back, in Will Shipley. And then outside linebacker, number 33 overall, Barrett Carter. They're also in the mix for some top uncommitted guys. 18 players, 14 of them are 4 stars, 16 4 stars or better overall. It's another great class by Dabo, another great class by Clemson. And they have an outside shot at finding a way to claim that number 1 spot. There are 2 of the top 3 players left uncommitted right now in college football. Clemson has a shot to get the number 1 guy. That is defensive end Corey Foreman. He's inside the Clemson has inside his top 5, excuse me. I don't think they're going to get number 1, but they have a shot. Who do you guys think will end up getting that number 1 overall spot for the 2021 college football recruiting class? And we'll use 24/7 Composite to answer this question here. We're going to get in the top 4, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section, especially if you get the ad break here on YouTube. Number 4, the LSU Tigers. It's been a fun day between 4 and 3, which we'll get to in a second. LSU had the number 3 spot, then they lost it, then they got it back when Mason Smith committed, and then they lost it again when JoJo Early, number 48 overall prospect or receiver, flipped from LSU to Alabama. As a result of that, the Georgia Bulldogs jumped back in to the number 3 spot. They got a bunch of different 5 stars, actually 4 5 stars right now. I'll get that fixed in just a second for you guys. I like what Georgia's been able to put together. They've always been a solid recruiting program under Kirby Smart. Like Amorius Mims, number 7 overall. Brock Vandergrift, number 14. They landed Xavier Sori today, an outside linebacker, number 20. Smail Mondin, number 20, another outside linebacker. Kirby Smart's done a fantastic job at recruiting. Now it's a matter of actually finding and keeping the right quarterback. And if they do, Georgia has what it takes to win a national title. All right, number 2, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 5 different 5 stars, 21 players committed. All 5 of their 5 stars check in into the top 25 of the overall recruits. Ryan Day has done it again. I mean, there's a decent gap between Georgia and Ohio State. That's why I think OSU and our number 1 team will one of those 2 teams will finish at the number 1 spot. The gap keeps growing between Ohio State and between the rest of the Big Ten. If they keep this up, I mean, they're going to keep making college football playoffs, even if they only win 5 games a season. At number 1, and stop me if you've heard this before, it's Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. 24 commits, 2 in the top 5, and they're both offensive tackles. Dallas Turner's number 8. They flipped JoJo early from LSU to, of course, Alabama. 6 5-stars, 14 different 4-stars. Alabama keeps winning on the field and of course, off the field recruiting-wise. And, you know, I get it. You go play for Nick Saban, you got a pretty damn good chance to make it in the NFL. Now, we won't go too far in depth on this Alabama recruiting class. If you guys want that, though, go check out our new Alabama channel, youtube.com/TideTV. There'll be some videos on there breaking down what is once again shaping up to be a truly fantastic class for the Alabama Crimson Tide. So as we sit right now, late on day 1 of the early National Signing Day, it appears that Alabama once again going to hold on to that number 1 class.